Hello and welcome to Meet the Fleet, a series of videos introducing you to the locomotives that run on the Brucington Railway. The Great Western Railway King Class steam locomotive 6006, named King George I, was built in February 1928. It was one of a class of 460 locomotives named after English and United Kingdom kings, starting with the reigning monarch at the time, King George V. The King Class locomotives were the largest built by GWR, aside from the Pacific, the Great Bear. They were used for express passenger trains on the main line from London to the west of England and on the Chiltern line to Birmingham and Wolverhampton. The class was withdrawn in 1962. By 1918, it was apparent to the GWR Chief Mechanical Engineer George Jackson Church Ward that his Star Class 460 locomotives would soon be incapable of handling the heaviest West of England expresses without assistance. He therefore proposed fitting the 6-foot diameter boiler used on his 4700 class 280s onto a 460 chassis in 1919 to create a more powerful express locomotive, but was prevented from doing so by the weight restrictions on the GWR main line. The future problem was therefore left to his successor, Charles Collett, to solve. On taking up office in 1922, Collett began to develop the more powerful Castle class from Churchward Star class. However, the design was limited to a maximum axle loading of 19.5 long tons due to the weakness from some underlying bridges. The new class would not therefore be able to pull express trains with more than 13 coaches unaided. Following their introduction in 1923, the Castle class was the most powerful express passenger class in the country in terms of tractive effort, but this honour was lost to the Southern Railway's Lord Nelson class in 1926. The GWR's general manager, Sir Felix Pole, was anxious for a new design that would once again enable the company to claim to run the most powerful locomotive. Pole agreed to allow Collett to explore a design for a super castle, subject to getting the tractive effort above 40,000 pounds of force. By 1927, a series of bridge renewals had taken place on the Great Western main lines. This was coupled with the widely known but as yet unpublished findings of the British Bridges Stress Committee, which gave engineers a better scientific understanding of the impact of hammer blow and enabled the GWR civil engineer to agree to raise the maximum allowable axle loading to 22.5 long tons for the new Super Castle class. King George I arrived on Brucington under its own steam during 2020 and has remained a part of the team ever since. Despite being named after a king, George is hard-working and he gets on well with everyone. He's always willing to do the work given. We hope you've enjoyed meeting King George, and remember he can be seen upon request at any time. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon for another episode of Meet the Fleet.